Hello my crafty friends, Corrine here from Corrine's Crafts. I hope you are all well. Here is the card I'm going to make on today's video. I love it. It feels very, very modern. Now the purpose for making this was because I had this floral die from Sizzix and I really didn't know how to use it. I couldn't see where it was going to fit into my craft stash. Then I thought, no, it's going to make it a feature right smack bang in the middle of a card. Look at that. That could be the top of a box. That could be in a picture frame. It is picture frame worthy. I think we should just crack on and find out how it's made. I'm really quite excited and looking forward to putting this video together. It's 3 pieces of card and it's going to make a beautiful project. And the reason I'm doing this is because I bought this die set. I bought it when I bought my Sizzix sale stuff just fairly recently. But you know what? When I got it and I saw the size of the flower, I thought to myself, I don't know how to use it. I really was sort of a bit stumped for ideas on how to use it. But then today I just got inspiration and I thought, I know what I want to do with it. So shall I show you? I think I should, shouldn't I? Right, so let's start with that. I'll put these to one side. So I'm going to cut out of some blue paper. I need 2 of these. I've got some already done. So I'm just going to trim that down, and then I can use this on something else. So you want 2 of these to do it. So do that, and I want 2 of these little centres. I love these centres. You could use these on, maybe you did a card with a paint splat background and then you could put like these big paint splats over the top. It would look amazing. That's an idea actually. I'm thinking of these ideas as they come along. Yes, I think I like that idea. That would be really good for like a graffiti or a young kids card or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to get my die cutting machine. Now, what we need is our rubber shim with this, because when you look at this one, it is a cut and it is an emboss. So I'm going to put it on there, and I'm not actually going to use my magnetic shim because I don't think I need it. And I'm also going to put this one on. This might take a couple of cuts through. Hopefully it will do it. So I've actually reduced my plate combination. I just don't want to squash the life out of my card. I'll run that through and then I'll show you the next bit. Okay, so that's cut. I'm going to turn it over and then we can see. Right, I'm going to leave this one on as well because it hasn't gone all the way through. Now, when I look at this, it's cut it, but it's not put any of the embossed detail on. So I'm going to put that over. I might need to cut that yellow one again because it really does need the full plate. Put this one through and then let's have a look now. So there we go. Look at that. You can see on here, look at that. It's put all that embossed detail in there. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Let me have a look at this. And that's cut through now. Thought it probably would if I did it with the emboss. Yeah, there we go. So that one's cut through. Oh, one of those is just caught. I can get that spare bit off. Come on, wiggle that out. It's because I didn't put all the plates in, did I? There we go. It's out. It's off. It's done. Come on. There we go. Absolutely perfect. So get rid of that. Where's my bin? Move my bin to the other side. Put that up there. And then, where did that die go? I think it's still on my, yes it is. Take that one off. Right, okay. So we need 2 of those, but I thought we could make that look a little bit better. So we could take those and that. Now, this is going to be a little bit different in so much as we're going to do, the card is going to be blues and yellows, which is a bit different, bit of a change for me. I normally am, you know me, pinks and what have you, so I don't need to do anything to that. I've got a couple of spares as well. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to get this and I'm going to get some blue ink. So I'm basically my ink palette, lemon tonic, ocean blue and midnight. They're all the inks I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to put those out of the way. I'm going to get, now it's the right tools for the right job. I've got my blending brush and I'm going to be using my blending brush on my stencils. Couldn't think of the word there. But for this, I want a sponge, because what I don't want it to do is I don't want it to go in all the layers. So what I want to do is I'm going to hold it really lightly and just go over the top. So what it's doing is it's inking up the top and not the bottom. So I'm really doing it very lightly. It's easier to go in with a couple of coats really lightly, so it's just catching that top layer. And then again, really, really lightly. And you can then just see, can you see how that emboss really comes out? Do you know, I've had this die set good couple of months now. I don't know if you remember, I did a Sizzix order when they had a big sale on, and this is one that I bought. I don't know what size I thought it was, but clearly I didn't read the description because I got it completely wrong. So yeah, there we go. Right, okay, so I need a mat. Do I still have a ball tool out? Yes, I do have a ball tool, but I think I need a bigger ball tool. Let's go for the big one, the largest one. I think it's called 20mm. I'm going to go over the back and I'm going to shape it. Now, we'll flatten some of that emboss out, but the fact that we've been in already and put the ink in, you're going to still see it. So I thought that was quite a clever move to go in and put the ink in before you shape it, because you're going to get all that, you know, that detail. You're not going to lose that detail. So that's one. Let's do a second one. Already inked. Actually, this could do with a bit more ink. I've been a little bit delicate on that, haven't I? Let's put a little bit more ink on there. I thought I was being organised and doing inking it beforehand, but I've just not gone heavy enough, or enough coats. It's better to do a couple of coats and not press heavy, so that you just get it on the top layer, than do too many. I could go with navy blue, but I might be too heavy. That's not going to work, is it, Corrine? Put that onto there. Go around with the ball tool. Big ball tool first. Little ball tool next. There we go. Just round like that. And round like that. Then I'm going to take it in the middle and put it like that. So then I'm going to get these ones. And all I'm going to do with these, I think do it the big ball tool first. But I'm actually going to go in with the smaller one. The smaller one, and just add in a little bit more shape. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got our shaped petals. Now you could do as many layers as you want, but I think 2 is going to be sufficient. I know I don't need anything more than my tacky glue for this. I could go in with my 3D glue, but I'm going to try and flatten them down a little bit. So I'm going to put a blob of glue on there. And remember, tacky glue is really strong. Now I'm going to look. Now, where are we? That is the same way round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it fairly, not quite 180, but just shy of that. So we're going to put that onto there. I'm going to get my ball tool. Oops, it's just moved it. Didn't mean to do that. And I'm going to press. Bring that up. Just a little bit of shaping. And then we can go in with a little bit more glue. We can go in with one of the centres. A little bit more glue. And then the other centre, and if I'm careful, I can just twiddle that. It's not that easy to do. There we go. So that you get maximum sort of number of stamens showing. There we go, let's press. And tacky glue dries so quick as long as it's not too thick. And there you are, I've got a beautiful, beautiful flower. Now you can be going in with some foliage, and I know I always say to do that, but actually today I probably aren't going to. Okay, so the next layer is a piece of watercolour card, 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. I started with 5 3/4 because you know that's my go-to size, but it was wrong. It didn't look right. It was too big. So I've got a stencil. So this stencil is one that I really love, that I don't use too often. It's from All and Create. I don't know if it's got a name. Pebble Pile. There we go. And I'm going to pop it, see if I can get it the same way around as I had it before. Put it on to here. And then I'm just going to go in with a little bit of blue. So this is Ocean Blue. Now, I've not put any spray on the back, so I'm just going to have to hold it nice and tight. Always give it a tap first, if you remember. And I'm going to go in with the Ocean Blue. Just drag that colour down. Holding it tight. Coming across this way. I want imperfections. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? I'm going to come across this way. Pick it up again. Don't worry about overlapping. It'll look brilliant, I promise you. And if it moves like that, that's absolutely fine, because what we're going to do is we're just going to line it up and just do this end. It's absolutely fine. Different strengths, different ways. But doesn't that look amazing, doesn't it? I love it. Right, so the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my dotty. Now this I can do in one go. I'm going to be a little bit, I'm going to put a little bit of the ocean blue on, I'm going to put a little bit of midnight on. Midnight on its own will be a little bit too strong. So I'm just going to do a little bit of both. So let's move those out of the way so you can see. Stencil over. Again, I've still not glued it down because I can just hold it. Pick up the two, mix them together. Just make sure it's all tapped on. And then just randomly do some circles all over. Just. Now you think you've not done much, but then look at that when you lift it up. Doesn't that look fantastic? If you want to put a little bit more on, you can. But really, you don't need too much. Final one I'm going to do is I've got some sort of Harlequin diamond effect. Oh, I've got ink on me. And then I'm going to go in with that one with my yellow. So that's my lemon tonic. So I'm just going to do quite random bits. Pick that up. Come down here. Top and bottom. Just no rhyme, no reason. Maybe have this one coming a bit more off the edge than the other side. All the way down. So it's a little bit stronger. Actually, I think I want that one a little bit stronger, but I can just line it back up. Usually you can get them lined back up enough. There we go. Just a little bit more. I want to be able to actually see it better. And if you need to put a few more bits in, just put a few more bits in. Try and, you know, not to be perfect. So I've gone in different directions. So look, that's going that way, that's going that way, all different directions. Lovely. Right, so then I'm going to get my sophisticated spray booth. You all love that. And then we're just going to pop a little bit more down there. Bit of water. And we can then just pick up some ink with a brush, nearest thing to hand. Oh, that might be a little bit runny, that ink, but never mind, but you get the gist of it. We're doing a few splats. It varies what I splat with, depending on what's near to hand. So yeah, so there we are. Right, let me just grab a piece of paper towel and I can just wipe up those bits. You can be adding a little bit more, it's up to you. Do it however much you want. What did I have? A piece of pet card stuck to the bottom of that. Never mind. Okay, so I just need that to dry a little bit. But so the next little bit I'm going to do, oh, I've got runny glue, is, I can do it on here. I'm going to get this. And I've just got a few different stamps. So I've got some number stamps. It's a stamp set. Now those don't belong to that set. I think it might be All and Create again. Oh, it does belong to that set. There you go, it belongs under there, doesn't it? All and Create. So yeah, again, I love this. I'm always looking around for background stamps. So I'm going to take that, navy blue. Not too perfect. You know, I've not tried to be even with the ink. I want it a little bit perfectly imperfect. And then I'm going to come across here off the edge. There we go, like that. Let's do it again. And then we're going to go off the edge of this side. Whatever you've got. If you don't have numbers, I'm sure you've got other little bits. Now, I should have really dried that off. Okay, and then the next one, the same set. It's this lovely script. So I'm going to go in with the paler blue. Now, with this, I love the fact that this runs off the edge, and I don't like that harsh edge. So what I tend to do is I never ink up to the end, so that it just finishes wherever the script finishes. Let's go one there. Now, when I first, like I said, when I first did this, the first one I did it at 5 3/4, and then I ended up having to trim it down. So it might look a little bit different, like my other one, just because it's been trimmed down. And then we can come down here. There we go. And that, folks, is my background. Oops, sorry, throwing my rocker block away. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? So now we can just leave that to dry. There we go. There we are. Perfect. Isn't this a quick card to put together? Okay, I'm going to bring through, oops, one that is nice and dry. So I've got one here. And I'm going to layer that onto a little bit of white. Could go onto blue. And I do like it on blue, but you know me, I like to add my white layers. So I'm going to put that on, because I've inked right to the very edges, the white works. Now, if I hadn't have inked to the edges so that there was white here, it probably wouldn't have looked right. But because I've got ink right to the edges, I think the white layer underneath works. I've just been leaking glue everywhere, so it's a bit, I'm going to end up really sticky. Why did my glue leak? I don't know. I really don't know. So there we go. But like I say, this flower, I've had it for ages and I just could not see how I was going to use it. And then I just had an idea and I thought, yep, that is the way to go. So we can put that on there. This one's nice and dry, so I can give it a good burnish. Make sure I'm pushing the ink to the edges. You know me, I've got my stamping tool if you want to use that to flatten out the ink. So the blue I'm going to put on here again. 2 cards in a week using a pre-made card base, a 6-inch card base. Who is this woman? I never use that. I normally make my own, but I have, as you know, when I sorted out all my stuff, I broke down all my monthly craft boxes that I had, and I had quite a lot of them, and I put all the card bases into my card base drawer. And so I've got quite a lot of 6-inch cards. The others I'm not sure, some 5x7s and some 6x4s. Not sizes that I tend to work with, but I'm sure they'll get used. So those are going to go on there, and that's going to go on here. But as usual, we're going to get the sticks to foam tape out. And the scissors I've just put in the wrong place. Oops. Stuck to a pen. There we go. So move that out. That roll is such good value. It lasts for so long. We can put 1 and 2, and then this is a bit smaller, so I just fold it in half, and then we put 1 there and 1 there, and that should be perfect. So we can take tape off the back. I told you it's really quick, really easy, and it's got quite a modern feel about it. So let me make sure I've got my card base the right way up, because this has obviously got a right and a wrong way. I haven't actually put any glue on there like I normally do, so I'm going to have to get it right first time, which I think I just did. There we go. Perfect. I was losing bits. Okay, where's my flower gone? What have I done with my flower? It's here. I've been putting stuff on top of it. Dear me. So my flower is just going to go smack bang in the middle. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to put this in the middle. And we're going to put that on there. I'm going to put that just like that, bit 3D glue. Now, I'm looking at that and thinking I want foliage. I don't like it. It's not got foliage. So I'm going to put this onto here. I'm going to pop this on with some 3D glue. I'm going to pop that just down there. And then I'm going to stop the video and I'm just going to go and cut a little bit of foliage from the same die set, because underneath here, look, there is some foliage. You can use whatever you want. I'm just going to cut that and I'll be right back. Do you know what? Sometimes I wonder about myself. I actually found some blue sisal before I started doing the video, because I thought that would work really well. Thank goodness I used a 3D glue gel. So what I'm going to do is I've just got my sisal. I've just stretched it out, and then I'm going to put my flower back down. It just adds a little bit of extra texture. I've also got my foliage, and I'm just going to put the 2 pieces together. I'm not going to go one on either side, because that could look a little bit silly. So I'm just going to put the 2 side by side at a sort of an angle. And I've sort of gone, so I've got the sentiment down at the bottom right, and I've got the foliage going towards top left, so that it mixes. And you know what? Do we need some gems? Let me have a look. Right, I found these. They're like little paint drops. I'm sure there was a name for them and I can't remember what it was. I got them when I went to Doncaster to the Crafting Live. I'm off to the NEC in 3 weeks, I think it is. No, just over 2. Must be 3 weeks as of Friday. Really looking forward to it. So I'm going to use 1 of each size of those. Maybe go in get a couple of the yellows. Actually, I'll use those yellows, I think. A couple of those just in here. Oops, catch that one back down. Just on here, just to add a little bit of dimension. Just being careful because things are still wet and not dried off. I'm not going to go in with gems in the centre or anything like that because I want quite a modern feel to this. But what do you think of this? Now, look at this. This is going to be so easy to adapt to whatever you've got. A lovely flower die that you might have. You can create your own background with whatever stencils. If you don't have stencils, you don't enjoy inking, then just have a look for a nice pattern paper that isn't too overpowering, but doesn't that look lovely with the script coming out and the writing without being perfect. And then I've got a little sentiment I just cut from a pad and the flower. I think that is really pretty, really modern. I love the sisal giving me that extra feel to it. I could just tuck that bit of sisal back under, just like that. It'll just catch on the glue. There we go. How about that? I love that. I hope you do too. And I'd love to see anything you have a go at making. Right, perfect. Just talking about the NEC. Are any of you going to the NEC? 31st of October, 1st, 2nd and 3rd of November, if I remember rightly. Love to see you. I'm going on the 1st. If anybody's going, please let me know. It'd be great to say hello. I've already know a couple of people I'm planning to meet up and see, so that will be really exciting. So yeah, thank you for watching. As always, enjoy your crafting. Please don't forget to click on some of the links in the description below. Really do appreciate it. And also don't forget, if you haven't already, click on the subscribe up at the top. So until next time, my friends, happy crafting and take care. Bye for now.